Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, as we gather today for this meeting, we humbly ask you for your guidance and wisdom. May our discussions be filled with respect, open minds, and a collaborative spirit. Help us to listen attentively to one another and make decisions that align with your will. We thank you for bringing us together and for the opportunity to work as a team. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Roll call.
Councilmember Pimentel.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ball.
Here.
Councilmember Tomlinson.
Here.
Councilmember Harden.
Here.
Mayor Graham.
Here. Declarations of conflicts of interest tonight? None? All right, ceremonial matters. Chuck, would you like to come up over here? Well, thank you guys. Thank you everybody for coming tonight. So, proclamation of the city of Newman, whereas Carl Chuck Coelho was born and raised in Newman, graduated from Morris Temba High in 1971, and has been a lifelong resident of the city of Newman. Whereas in 1979, Chuck helped the fire department pull hose and assisted with fighting the Morris Temba Presbyterian Church structure fire near his home. And whereas Chuck enjoyed assisting with the church fire so much that he decided to join the fire department. And whereas Chuck began his distinguished career in the fire service with the Newman Volunteer Fire Department in 1979 and is now a battalion chief. And whereas Chuck also became a CPR instructor, then advanced to become an emergency medical technician, EMT, then a paramedic in 1986, and worked at the fire department, ultimately led to his career as a paramedic. And whereas for the past 45 years, Chuck has served his community and has a positive impact of people's lives by responding to emergency calls at all hours. And whereas for 45 years, Chuck has diligently served and unselfishly dedicated himself to the community of Newman, and through his fire service contributed to making Newman and the West Side a better place to live. And whereas these and other accomplishments performed by Chuck exemplify the true spirit of Newman. Now, therefore, I, Casey Graham, Mayor, on behalf of the great city of Newman, hereby proclaim Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, as Chuck Coelho Day. And the city of Newman, I extend the city's sincere gratitude for his many years of service to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
25 years is a long time. We got a couple other things for you. Supervisor?
Battalion Chief, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, I first met Battalion Chief Coelho walking door to door back in 2020. I walked his house. I don't know if he voted for me or not, but I think over time I've won him over. But it's been just a joy, one, getting to know you, working with you. I know we've been in a few dumpsters together on our community cleanups. You're always willing to serve. You're always willing to be there for us, for the community, to serve our residents. And I just wish you absolutely nothing but the best in retirement. Congratulations on 45 years as an incredible milestone. So thank you again for your service.
Thank you.
I think Nav's going to take one. And we're going to miss you.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's great to see a room full of beautiful Newman faces. My name is Justin Farkas. I have the honor and privilege of representing Assemblyman Juan Alanis, 22nd Assembly District member for the state legislature. And anyone who knows or is aware of the background of the Assemblyman with his 27 years of service at the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Office knows our heart for our public servants, especially our first responders. So for 45 years, doubling up the Assemblyman, you've got a lot of merit and a lot of pride under your belt, I think, with serving this community, being born and raised here. I don't have a better word for it. I wish I did. Admirable does not do your service to this community any service at all, but we wholeheartedly respect and appreciate the career that you have given to the city of Newman and to all the residents here. So on behalf of the state legislature and Assemblyman Juan Alanis, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Same thing.
Save the best for last.
I can leave that?
Yeah. So thank you, Mayor, Council, Supervisor, Assemblyman's office for all coming out and recognizing Battalion Chief Chuck Coelho on his years of service. Sorry, I'm not going to get choked up because it means a lot to me. It is my privilege to have the opportunity to recognize Battalion Chief Chuck Coelho for his 45 years of service to the Newman Fire Department. And Chief Coelho has been a longtime mentor to me. That's why it's super special to me to be here today and stand up here and recognize you on behalf of the Newman Firefighters Association, the Newman Fire Department. It truly is an honor. In my tenure in the department, I've had so many memories of Chief Coelho. Some of those I can share here tonight, and the rest we'll have to do behind closed doors. But anyone who does know Chief Coelho understands that he's a man of few words but many thoughts. If he does say something, it's normally filled with wisdom and compassion. He'll carry this wisdom and this compassion to the constituents, the patients he serves. And so it's truly a blessing if you've ever seen him at work. And because of this, it's not uncommon for our firefighters to get on scene and the first thing they ask us is, Chuck Coelho coming? So, he's definitely left his mark on the fire service in our community. Chief Coelho has held multiple positions within the organization, firefighter, engineer, captain, battalion chief, and he also paramedic. He works currently as our EMS coordinator. So all these things couldn't have been done without him. So it's great to have him here. He also holds a lot of certifications. We talked about your CPR instructor, swift water rescue, public safety diver, all these things he obtained while being a firefighter with Newman. He attributes his motivating factor as a volunteer to knowing that he's serving his community, and it's apparent in everything he does. And Chief Coelho exemplifies community service with his countless hours of volunteerism. He regularly responds to half the department's call volume. It's not uncommon to see him on calls where we've already had multiple people there, and he still shows up. Chief Coelho has been a firefighter for so long. The new generation often asks him, what was it like working with Jesus, right? and what was it like, using a hammer and chisel to pound out your PCRs? And so, all joking aside, we're talking almost half a century. So it's amazing. It's amazing what he's done and the memories he's going to leave and the legacy he's going to leave behind. And I think one of his biggest legacies is building up the new generation. And one of the other ones is his grandson. And I'm sorry we sent him to Southern California.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Justin, you're watching online, and I know that you're a huge legacy for your grandfather, so we appreciate having him too. With that said, I wanted to present you with a shadow box on behalf of the Newman Fire Department, the Newman Firefighters Association, just to thank you again for your 45 years of service. And Chief, thank you. We're still counting. You're not done. We're just starting, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. You want to say something?
Want to say something? No?
Got a few words. Nothing.
He's automatic.
Well, thank you. You sure? Just at least say thank you. Look at everyone showing up.
I said thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the department for the old timers that came.
that started before me and during me, and our new volunteers. I appreciate working with you. Appreciate Mel for bringing me up through the fire department. Thank my wife and family. Just that's it. I love what I do, and that's why I do it.
That was 10 words. That was it.
Before we move on the agenda, I'd like to say some stuff, mainly for people listening at home that don't know that might not realize that the department here in Newman is all volunteer. And so everybody that shows up to calls in the middle of the night, during the day, when everybody's at work, they're all volunteers. And so my gratitude to you guys. Thank you very much for all the effort you guys put in and to keep our community safe. I know it's a lot on family life, it's a lot on everything, but your guys' dedication to the city is important, and we greatly appreciate it. And thank you, Chuck, for all the years of service. That's an amazing feat.
I got a raise now?
Yeah, zero times zero is still zero. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Items from the public, non-agenda items. Nothing? Okay. Consent calendar. A, waive all readings of ordinance and resolution except by title. B, approval of warrants. C, approval of minutes of the December 10th, 2024 meeting. D, adopt resolution 2025 next number, a resolution approving the statement of investment policy for the city of Newman.
Move to approve the consent calendar.
A second.
We have first and second. Go and vote electronically. Motion carries 5-0. 9, public hearings. Adopt resolution 2025 and next number, a resolution vacating the southern 15 feet of the unnamed section of right-of-way 180 feet north of Scott Road between assessor parcel number 026-040-002 and assessor parcel number 029-040-020 and 029-040-025. Michael?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. I'm going to go ahead and go right to an aerial. So this is on the northern entrance to town. We received a request by the owner of the Oasis Market. The Oasis Market is here. It's a gas station, convenience store, directly across from the San Luis Convalescent Hospital there. The property owner is looking to redevelop his site and reconstruct a new, larger convenience store, probably be co-branded with some kind of drive-through, and whether it's going to be coffee or he hasn't said what the other piece is going to be, and then also expand his pump stations over there to better facilitate movement on the site. We actually have a right-of-way. If you go out there, you'll see that it's underdeveloped, and it's this area right in here on the north side of it. Cars currently go out that way, and so there's a 60-foot right-of-way there. It used to be county. They didn't want it, so they gave it to us. And right now, that right-of-way only serves the mini mart and then has one property, as you can see here, that goes over the railroad tracks into this residential unit here. They're asking the city to consider the vacating of about 15 feet of right-of-way. That would leave right-of-way left so that they could develop a street so cars could still go in and out that way, and they'll develop, as part of the site plan review, that'll go to Planning Commission later. One of the conditions of approval would be that they would develop that street and put curb and gutter in and make it a little bit more defined. And then might make it a little bit easier for cars to come in and out of. Right now, they can kind of go in at an angle. It'd probably make it a little bit more defined there. And it continues to provide access to the property in the back. It's unnamed. There's no name there, but many of you don't know, right on the south side of that, we have a well back here, and this used to be the old Highway 33. There's a little right-of-way here called Scott Road. Never seen a sign there, but there's a road there. But again, going back to it, they're asking for us to vacate 15 feet there. Your action tonight would allow them to then plan for a larger site that they could then submit that site plan to the Planning Commission for approval. Should the Planning Commission ultimately approve their site plan with that 15-foot, then they could go through the process of actually vacating it, and they'll do a legal description, and we'll get that recorded, and then they would take that 15 feet. It would then move from right-of-way to private property, of which we would get property taxes from, but it would also allow them to better develop their site at a higher place. And I think in the long run, I think it would also be better for cars coming in and out of that site. So it is our recommendation that you do adopt Resolution 2025 vacating the southern 15 feet of the unnamed right-of-way located 180 feet north of Scott Road. And then we put the APNs in there. The first APN 040002 is Oasis Market. The other two are properties on the north side, 040020 and 025. So I can answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, I got a couple questions.
I got one more street, and then there's a street view right there. So, yes.
Can you leave it there? So if we get 10, 15 feet on that, they're taking possession of that. Who's going to be responsible for doing the road? Is it the new owner?
The new
or is it
owner.
the city.
We will place a condition of approval upon his site plan. That means that he has to develop the street right away.
And then
as part of his project.
And then what about lighting?
Yeah, he'll have to bring the property into conformance with city street lighting requirements. As part of the site plan review process, we generally make them put curb gutter sidewalks in the front of the property as well. So it'll fully develop as a new site that you see like on the south side of town.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, it's a public hearing. I'll open up the public for any comments or questions. All right, seeing none, I'll bring it back to council for action.
I move we adopt item 9A, our resolution number 2025, a resolution vacating the southern 15 feet of the unnamed section of the right-of-way 180 feet north of Scott Road between assessor parcel number 026, 040, 002 and parcel 029, 040, 020 and 029, 040, 025.
I second that.
Second, going. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 10, regular business, city council reorganization, selection of mayor pro tem and the committee assignment. So we'll start with pro tem to get that out of the way. Currently, Councilman Ball is pro tem, or pro tem Ball. I move to, or I nominate him to stay in that position. If anybody else want to make a nomination?
I nominate him.
All right. Anybody else? Anything different? No? All right. We need to vote on it electronically? Okay.
Can we have a formal motion in a second?
Yep. Well, I made a motion.
I'll second. Okay.
Any second. Or Shane and him. All right. And vote electronically. Motion carries 4 with 1 out. All right. Next is Stan Cog. I'll remain the primary on that one and continue that, but we do need an alternative.
I got that one.
All right, Shane. LAFCO I'll stay on, or LAFCO City Selection Committee, I mean. Stanislaus Mayor's Committee I'll stay on. League of California Executive Committee.
On that.
Currently, Shane's on that. Do we have who would like to be an alternative?
I can be an alternative.
All right. All right. School liaison representative. Both people that were on that, Pimentel and the previous Pimentel and McDonald, are both gone, so that needs 2 people.
I'd like to lead that one.
Okay.
I've actually served on that one the last 2 years. I'd be glad to stay on it too.
I believe we usually have 2 and an alternate.
2 and an alternate.
Right.
Would you like to?
We still would need an alternate.
It'd
she
be
can't.
conflict of interest for me.
That's fine.
That's right. That is a conflict. Infrastructure Committee. That was also Pimentel and McDonald previously.
I can do that one.
I'd be glad to take over on that one for either of them.
Who would like to be primary on that?
Go ahead and be primary. I'll be secondary.
Okay.
EDAC, which is Economic Development Action Committee. They meet 3 or 4 times a year.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
I'll be glad to be the alternate on that.
Tosca,
Well, I'm interested in that.
you're interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that just has one. Yeah, they don't meet a whole lot. Solid Waste Task Force, Public Works will maintain that one, right?
So we normally, I think we do it by office. It would be Public Works Director and Public Works Superintendent would be the alternate.
Chamber of Commerce, they don't meet like at all.
I'll be more than happy to stay on that one.
I'll be his alternate.
This is a good one and important to our community, West Side Theater.
Oh, I'm interested in that.
Okay. Alternate?
I can be the alternate.
Okay. Public Safety Committee.
I'd be glad to be on that
I
one.
can alternate.
Okay.
I believe that's actually 2.
Yeah.
Scott and me.
Countywide Disaster Council.
I've been on that one a couple of years. I'm fine with staying on it.
I was the alternate.
You said you'll be alternate?
Yeah.
San Joaquin Air Valley Board.
I can do that one.
All right. Alternate?
You do alternate.
Okay. This is a good one, especially with the development with the county supervisor. We're working on this. West Side Healthcare.
I'd be glad to stay on that one.
And I can alternate.
Alternate, Shane?
Yeah.
That's actually just,
We actually generally have 2 people on that.
Oh, that's 2. Will that work for you? I know.
That's fine. Yeah.
Stanislaus County Cities Working Group. Is that a new one?
That is a special one that every once in a while we do. The working group, city managers will raise something up to like a mayor level, and the mayors will get together with county staff to discuss some items. We did that with like property tax and some of the other things. So
would I need to be on?
you would be the primary on that one, yes.
I'll be glad to be the alternate.
Okay. All right.
that's all.
That looks like all of them. We'll get an email sent out once you'll correct them and put them in.
Yeah.
Send an
We will
email.
notify the agencies and it'll also be part of the record for the minutes.
Okay, perfect. Good deal. Thank you, guys. Item number 11, items from District 5, Stanislaus County Supervisor. Supervisor Condit, welcome and thank you for being here.
Absolutely happy to be here. Happy New Year to the council. Congratulations to some of our newer council members. Pleasure to meet with you this evening. I do offer, one-on-one meetings if you guys would ever like to get there, grab a cup of coffee, share ideas and how we can improve, representation for our West Side. And I know I've met with a few of our council members thus far, as well as the mayor quite frequently. So just short report tonight. I do believe this is the year that we're going to see some progress at the Crows Landing Naval Air Base. I'm very excited about that. My ultimate goal, and all of our ultimate goals, what I believe as West Siders, is to have a medical facility one day at that air base, in those 1,600 acres, to utilize some of that space for a medical facility. I know me and the mayor share that passion and that belief, and that's hopefully we can make some progress on that this year, and there will be some developments that will be coming your way, hopefully in the near future. We do have some possible economic development partners that will be conducting a site tour on Wednesday, February 5th. The mayor, as well as City Manager Holland, will be joining us for that site tour, meeting with those potential economic development partners. And we're just hoping that this conversation could keep building and keep going in the right direction. Again, this year we will plan on doing our community cleanups. We're going to bring Chuck out of retirement to come out and help us with those. So we hope to have at least one a year. And I think last time we did it was a great success. And again, thank you to our Newman Fire Departments. Thanks to Chief Bowen for always being willing to lend a helping hand. And you guys just do such great work for our community. But I'm happy to answer any questions. Again, a short and sweet report tonight, but I'm happy to field any questions if you have any.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you being here and your work for the community.
Thank you.
And the west side. Item 12, items from the city manager and staff. Michael?
Thank you, Mayor. I know he's already left, but I just want to congratulate Battalion Chief Coelho on 45 years of good service. Yeah, there he is, back in the corner there. Thank you, Chuck. We appreciate it. And it was great seeing, some of our longtime former firefighters, the guys who laid the foundation for our fire department. And you saw on the back wall, Chief Bowen has built an incredible program over there, starting with explorers, and now we have a lot of firefighters that are coming out, young guys that are getting the required experience. They're serving their hometown, and then they're learning. A lot of them are getting permanent firefighting jobs. So it's a testament to the foundation laid by people like Chuck, people like Mel Souza, people like George Vargas, and all the hard work that they put in, for these years. And Chuck, 45 years, and it's great to see that. And their hard work is really paying off for our community. Just some real quickly, housekeeping notes. We will be closed on Monday due to the federal holiday. This coming Thursday, unfortunately, we won't have it in here. We'll have to go back to our community meeting room behind the police department. We'll have a planning commission meeting. They're going to review the construction of a new veterinary hospital. True Blue on the southern entrance to town is looking at demoing their existing site and building a new 3,900 square foot animal hospital there on that particular site. So we appreciate them and coming in and giving us their investment into our community. So we're excited about that. Also in the back, I want to thank Mr. Farkas. We had our elevator inspected back in December. We wanted to do it during the holidays so it wouldn't interrupt the flow of our patrons that are coming in to make payments. Unfortunately, the state waited 3 weeks and before they would actually come out and inspect that, so we can't even use the elevator. So thankfully, everybody was able to get up the stairs tonight. But I just wanted to thank Justin for reaching out to DIR to try to get us an expedited inspection. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. So. And then just lastly, we talked a little bit about it. We want to do photos for all the council members, just to update our photos on there. So we'll be reaching out to you. We think we'd just do something right before a meeting one day in the back, and then we'll do a group photo up front. And again, just Happy New Year and welcome back. Thank you, Mayor. I can answer any question anyone may have.
Michael? Ali?
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Just an update. It's our first week of basketball season completed. We have a continuous 6 more weeks of basketball. So if you see children on the weekends playing basketball at OHS and YOLO, that's what we're currently at with practices at Hunt. We also have Kaju Kimbo every Thursday night from 6 to 7 p.m. If anybody's interested in the community, from 5 years to adults of age. Also, we have a adult open gym from 6 to 9 on Sundays. It's open drop-in gym. If anybody in the community is interested, feel free to reach out to me or the teen center and we can give you some more info. With that, I can answer any questions that y'all may have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chief Richardson?
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'd just like to thank Chuck for his 45 years of service to the community. It's been a pleasure working on calls with you. So thank you very much. And I don't really have anything to report, so I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you.
Nothing to report tonight.
Good evening and Happy New Year. I wanted to let everyone know that our Jensen Road utility improvement project is has been issued the notice to proceed. The start date is going to be February 3rd, and approximately 2 to 2.5 months to complete that project. And so going north and southbound on 33, it will be closed to turn on to Jensen for that time frame. There will be signage and alternative routes labeled. Additionally, we'll be assisting the county with their point in time count, which will occur on January 30th, and that's a countywide effort to count unsheltered persons. And so city staff will be performing that in Newman. Additionally, the news project, the wetland, the environmental wetland system project is moving along. A little bit of weather during December. However, the planning's ready to go to proceed. We're waiting on a few sampling site selection there. And then additionally for the nature park project, 60% of review was completed. And so our contractor, RM, is the design contractor is working towards the 90%, and we're developing some cost estimates on that. And thanks to Public Works staff for taking down all those wonderful Christmas decorations. And lastly is the Urban Forest Management Plan. We are slated to get a draft from our consultant by the end of the month. And through a couple iterations of that, will be finalized and then brought to the council later in the year. And I can answer any questions.
Nope. It looks good with all the trees being planted out there at the news project.
Yeah, so trees out at news, trees are planted, and then the various plants that are associated with the actual operation of the system are flagged and ready to be planted. And then we actually got 200 trees in town during the planning in December. I think last council we were at 190 the night of, and so then we finished up the next day. So thank you.
Mayor, Council, thanks again for tonight. It's going to be a memory for Chief and his family for a long time, so I appreciate you guys recognizing him for that. We started off the new year strong, wildfires in Southern California. So we've got 7 of our local firefighters deployed to Southern California right now. 3 local government agency apparatus are down there serving the community down there in Palisades and Eaton Fire. So if you guys could just keep those firefighters in your thoughts and prayers and just send them well wishes, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, we're working on finishing up our EMS training. We do our annual infrequent skills and all that. So probably see a lot of movement over there at the fire station. We're finishing that up for the next year, and I can answer any questions you guys might have. Thank you.
I hate to start the new year off on a negative, but the company with which we contract for leaf pickup, I thought really let us down. I think it was right around Thanksgiving. They picked up our leaves and our cuttings, and most of our citizens did not get leaf pickup again until after Christmas. And I heard a lot of complaints about that. I heard maybe a truck was broken down or something like that. But you know, they're contracted to do a job, and this is not the first year that I've heard complaints about leaf pickup during the holidays. Other than that, I just want to thank all city staff and volunteers for your hard work in 2024 and for the year going forward. So, thank you.
Councilman Pimentel?
Well, I wanted to congratulate Chuck for your years of service. Thank you very much. I've worked for many years with your wife, Joan, and not once does she mention what a hardworking man you are. So, Joan, thank you for your service, sir.
Just want to say thank you as well, Chuck. Enjoy retirement.
Again, thank you, Chuck, for your service. Admirable in what you've done to serve the community. I only hope to hold a candle to the light that you've done. So, again, thank you.
And, going back to the volunteer fire department, I would like to thank Keith and Keith with obviously the oversight of all the elder firefighters, not meaning any disrespect. They guided him and helped him build. You guys all have built a new program that's outstanding with a lot of explorers and a lot of new firefighters that are going on that, like Michael had said, going on to being career firefighters and that. So you guys have really built a great program that's seen really well by many people across the county. So I know Chief's in charge of that, but it takes all of you guys to do that, and you guys have done an outstanding job. And thank you for all your time and dedication to the community, Chuck. We would greatly appreciate that, and you'll be missed in that aspect. So thank you. With that, I'll ask for adjournment.
Move we adjourn.
First.